Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi theme tutorial. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, today we're going to make these little hover boxes here. This one, as you can see, it's got an icon on the front and the back. When you hover over it, the icon changes. And it's just a pop-up light box with an image. This one, our little mystery box here. If you hover over it, it reveals a little blurb module underneath. And this last one, just a little text module with an image background, and again with the icon over the top. If we hover over it, it reveals the text. We're going to be building these with a bit of CSS today using the CSS After. And we're going to be using the Elegant Themes fonts, or icon set, I should say, right here to do this with. This is right here. There's a cheat sheet, and I'll put this link under the video here so you've got all these icon cheat sheets for you. If you're building any sort of WordPress site at all, I do suggest you look at the Divi theme. It's absolutely awesome and just keeps getting better and better and easier to use with more features. If you want to take it for a test drive, you can do so from my affiliate link below this video. Alright, well, let's get started making these little boxes here. What I'm going to do is enable the Visual Builder as usual, and we'll be building everything on the front end. Okay, let's go down to our little section here. I'm just going to add another row. Hit the little green button for a row. I'm going to give it 3 columns. Obviously you give yours what you want. This first little box here, I'm going to use an image module. Divi by default comes with all these grey modules. The different coloured ones are from third-party plugins. But Divi gives you more than enough to get started with. Some fantastic little modules here. I'm going to use the image one. Let's put an image in the background there. Let's use a different one this time, I guess. Okay, and what do we have this doing? We had a link on the top and we had it in a sort of filtered state of no color there. So if we go to the design, let's go down to our filters, and the actual saturation we took all the way down to 0 to make it black and white like that. Now if you look up beside the saturation word there, got the little arrow, it'll give you an option to have a different state on hover. So when we hover on it, let's bring it back to full color, which is 100%. Alright, now we want to add a little icon to it that either disappears or, like this one above, changes when you mouse over it or when you hover over it. So let's go back to our list here. And all these lists have got a long number, but basically the only thing we need is after the X there. X, E0, EF, X, E0, E8. So we just need the E0, E8. Whatever it is after the X. This one we just need 7D, 7E. 72, see it's X72, so we just need the X72 for what we're going to do today. So let's go ahead and do that and add an icon overlay. So to do that, we need to go to the Advanced tab. We're going to be using a bit of custom CSS, and we're going to be putting it in the After box here. And what we need to do is say content. There's a colon. Open and close some exclamation marks, and inside we want to put backslash, and then whatever the code is of the icon we want. Right, let's just add interest. I'll do this one here. So it's ampersand pound x6c, so we just need anything that's after the x, so it's just 6c. So let's go back and put in 6c. I'm going to put a semicolon after it. Now you can't see anything because we haven't told it what font family we actually want to use there. So let's say font family, colon, and the font family is open and close and single inverted commas is ETmodules. E, capital T, modules. Okay, and we've got to tell it we want it in an absolute position. You can actually see it right there, but it's not doing a whole lot. Just dip down underneath because we haven't told it where we want it to be. So we want to say position, colon, absolute. Now it's up here in the top right hand corner. I don't know if you can see that or not. A semicolon on the end. It'll disappear. Well, I was going to give it a color of white, but I'll move it first so we can keep track of it. So let's make it a lot bigger for a start. So we'll say font size. Make it huge. I'm going to say 70 pixels. There we go. You can definitely see that now, which is great. Semicolon. Now we want to position it. So I want it sort of down from the top, halfway. Now if you think that's probably taking up 20-30%, let's try top 40% from the top. Let's say so top 40%. It's almost in the middle there, so perhaps a little bit more, about 45%. Of course, depending on the size of your icon, that's about right. And we want to position it in the middle, so we'll say from the left, similar, 40%, 45%, I don't know, let's try it. Left. I'll put the CSS code down below so you can copy it and use it if you want to. Try 40%. Well, there we go, it's kind of in the middle there, you can't see it very well because it's grey. Let's now make it white. And to do that, it's just color. And white is FFF. It's actually 6 Fs, but with CSS3, it's 6 of all the same letter or number. You just have to put in 3. Just drop that down a little bit. Okay, and say when we hover, we want a different icon. So again, I'm going to copy this just icon bit at the top here, because we're not changing any of the rest, we're just changing the icon, so I just need the bit that I'm going to change here. I'm going to hit this arrow just to the right of the after word there, and that'll give us a hover option. So let's choose a different icon perhaps. Really doesn't matter. I wanted to try and get something appropriate. How about that chain link? And that's X, so we don't need anything except that's what's after the X, so it'll be E02B. So let's just change that. Now this is E02B. There we go. Let's change the hover icon. And let's just change our saturation. I thought we'd actually done that. Let's just see what we've got. I'm going to save. I'm going to save again. Yeah, we have done that. I can see already. Exit the visual builder and see if this is going to work for us. I haven't told it to pop out in a lightbox. I'm pretty sure of that. So let's go down. Yep. See, it's changing when we hover over it. But it's not going to do anything when we click on it. Unlike this one opens in a lightbox because we haven't told it to. So let's enable our visual builder again. And just edit that. An image, link, open in Lightbox. There we go. So now when we hover over it and click, it'll open in the Lightbox. Okay, last thing, I just want to give it a little box shadow there. Of course, you do it how you want to do it. There we go. All right, for our little mystery box here, what did we use? We used a little blurb, I think. So I'm just going to click on the little cross for a new module. I'm going to use a blurb. There we go. I really don't want too much text in there, so I'm going to get rid of a bit of that. Obviously, if you had something important to say, you'd want to put in real text there. Image and icon, move that out of the way so we can see. Don't want to use an image, I'm going to use a little icon. Really doesn't matter what. Fine, now let's go over to our design. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a black background to mask this. So I want this to be black so it'll fall into the background, if you will. So image and icon, let's make the icon black. Text. Let's centralize that text, title text. I'll make that bold, capitalized, black also, which is fine, and regular text, body text. I'm going to leave that as is, and I'm going to make that black too. Okay, you might be saying, well, that doesn't look too interesting. No, you're absolutely right. Okay, let's go to the background and add a background color. I'm going to make it black, so suddenly everything disappears. What I want to do is add a bit of padding to that so we can make it same height as this. I'll do that in a second. But again, we're going to use this hover. So when we hover over it, the little arrow there, just hit the arrow. I'm going to have the background as white. There we go. Okay, so let's add a bit of box shadow just so I can see where the corners are. There we go. So I want to add a bit of padding and get this about the same size as that. So let's go down to, or up to our spacing. Add a bit of padding, top and bottom. Just have to put one attribute in and then hit the link. It'll do the bottom one as well. And we'll do the same for left and right. What I'm going to do is I'll make the icon smaller so we can sort of line it up size-wise with that one. Don't have to do this. This is just what I'm going to do. So if we go up to image and icon, going to use icon font size, check that to yes, and just start pulling this down till it's the size we want. Something like that. There we go. That's fine. Okay. That should work. Now what we want to do, just the black box, I want to put a little icon over the front of it. Let's just copy the CSS that we had here, but we'll change the actual icon itself. Everything else Same size, same color I'm going to use, obviously. If you want to do something different, that's up to you. Control C to copy. Let's get out of that. Back into this one. We'll go to our advanced custom CSS. In the after box. Boop. There it is. That's not the icon we want. Let's find a different one. I just use some kind of question mark for a mystery box there. How about this one? So it's X74. So we don't need anything before including the X before. So it's just 74, last two. So change that 6C to 74. There we go. And that looks a little low down to me. So let's bring it up. Say 40. I don't know. Something like that. There we go. All right. And then again, in the hover state, I don't want to change that icon. I just want it to go away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy 74. Go into the hover box, add it, and afterwards, let's say opacity, or opacity, however you like to say it, 0, which is basically invisible. There we have it. So let's just save that, checkbox. Save, little purple button, then hit the green until we get a check mark, and exit the visual builder. And go down to where we were. There we go. So there we are. It's hidden with that question mark icon. When you hover over it, it reveals the content underneath. Pretty easy to do. Nice little effective touch. Of course, you can use blue, white, and red writing, whatever color you want to use writing wise. You want to use the same background color. Okay, I've forgotten what we got here. Okay, we just got a text module with an image background and an icon on the front. Okay, let's do that one. Enable our visual builder again. Back down to our section. I think we were using filter on there. So let's add a text block. Again, like I say, the different colored ones are from third-party plugins that I've been using. So I want a text block, which is a regular Divi block. Let's make that into a heading, small heading, sort of 4. Why not? Yeah, even smaller than that, 5 perhaps. It's okay. Move this so we can see what's going on. I want to give that a bit of extra line height there. So we'll go to heading text. Heading 5. And let's give it a bit more line height so there's some space between. There we go. Let's also align that centrally. There we go. Okay, so we want a background in this. And I'm going to use a background image. So let's go to content. Let's go to background. But I'm also going to use a color. So let's add a background color. Let's also add a background image. Color, gradient, image, video. So I'm going to image. Let's find that image. There it is. Don't have to use that one. It's fine. Okay, let's do the same as we did here. We'll add some padding to make it a similar sort of size to what we've got going on next door. So let's go to our design tab, spacing. Again, I'm just going to randomly put in some 20s and then take it from there. It's not too bad. And let's, little arrows, when you hover over one of these boxes, you get some arrows there. And click the up, just to add more padding to top and bottom until it's about the right height. That looks about fine there. Bit of box shadow. Keep it in line with the other ones. There we go. Now then, what do we want to happen with this? In the default state, I don't want to see the writing, but I do want to see an icon. And in a hover state, I want that background to do something else. So we'll use the blend mode with the background there. First things first, let's change the color of our text so we can see what's going on. So it's heading 5. It's going to make it white. Okay, so in the default state, I don't want to see it at all. So if I take this opacity down, again, we've got to go heading 5, text color, little arrow. Got a default state and a hover state. Default state, I want to take the opacity down to 0, this little slider to the right. So that makes the writing disappear. Then on the hover state, I want to take that opacity right the way back up. Fantastic. And if we go to background here, again, we want to hit on the hover state. So let's hit on the hover state background. We hover over it, little arrow appears, hit the arrow. The default, I want the blend, yeah, actually no blend. So what I'm going to do is going to take that all the way down so we've got the whole image. And then when we're hovering on it, I want it to be more purpley so we can actually see the writing clearer. Something like that. There we go. Of course, you can use a different color. Black's always a good one for bringing it down like that. A little too much there. See some of the image behind it. I think I'm going to stick with my purple and bring that one all the way up for the hover. Fantastic. So all we need to do now is add our little icon. I'll just save that yet again. I'll copy what we've got going on this one. Hitting the little cog, going to the advanced, custom CSS. Just going to grab this. Control C to copy. X out. Go back into this one. Custom CSS after. Control V to paste. There it is, right there. Now we just want to choose a different icon. And let's choose our icon. Something like that. Exclamation mark be fine. So it's X72. So all we need is 72. Change that 74 to 72. There we go. And we want to make sure we do the same in the hover. We actually just want this, and we'll do the same thing, which is opacity or opacity 0, so it'll disappear. Control C in the default. I'm going to copy it over to the hover. Control V to copy, and opacity 0. That should do what we want it to do. Okay, save. Let's go down to our little purple button here. Save that also. Exit the Visual Builder. Go down to where we were. Here we go. So it's our last little checkbox there. There we go. And that reveals the text and gets rid of that little icon. This one reveals our little box behind it. And again, we lose the icon. This one actually changes the icon. And of course, when we click on it, it'll open a Lightbox. One thing you want to remember is with this overlay, the actual icon itself is not clickable. So everything around it is, but the icon itself is not. And it doesn't matter because it's just for effect, but everything else is. So there you have it. There's 3 little interesting hover effects boxes using a bit of after CSS for your icons. Really easy to do. Like I say, I'll put the CSS code below, and also I'll put the Elegant Themes cheat sheet URL below. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're interested in web development, take a look down below. We've got some great free web development courses down there. We've got some premium courses also with some huge discounts for our YouTube subscribers. So do check it out. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.